Back with you. I wanted to share. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm actually a landscape architect, but I've been around a while, and I finally started paying attention to things that, for a long time in my life, I sort of wanted somebody else to take care of me, right? And but I can't count on that, and I've got to know what's going on myself. So I learn all I can. I like to listen to a guy named Michael Oliver. I've shared videos by him with him before, interviews that he's doing. Different people interview different people. I like Michael Oliver, and there's a guy named Michael Pinto. I like to listen to him. There's a few others, but in particular, these two guys, especially Oliver. Oliver talks about what's going on momentum wise in the stock market or in investments in general. Uh, you'll see a lot of people on the internet who are talking about basically day trading. You see the candles, the green and the red candles going up or down. If it's going down, it's red. If it's going up, it's green. So, if you're making money, or if the market is dropping or rising. And they use this for the stock market, for cryptocurrencies, and all kind of investments, right? How's the market going at this moment? Uh, a lot of what you hear people talking about, talking heads on the TV, over the years, I have heard, is they'll talk about what's going on in the stock market, and hey, they'll talk about the news about what Ray Dalio said or somebody else. Some of what's his name, the old man. I never can remember when I'm doing the video, but they'll talk about these people who are well-known investors and or business owners or whatnot, and what do they say, and how's that affecting the market, and they'll talk about the Fed and what the Fed's going to do, etc. Well, uh, I prefer, because I don't want to have my nose in any market every day. As I said, I make my living doing something else. So, and I'm sure you are more likely like me than most of the people trading, right? So, I just don't need to have my nose in there every day, every second of the day, trying to figure out what's going on. I could do that. I could be a day trader, and if I had nothing else to do, I might do that one day. But I'm not interested in that now. I need to have some stability to what's going on. I'm willing for it to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down, as long as it's on its way up, or as long as I know it's coming down and I can get out. And so people like Michael Oliver are very helpful, because he's talking about what's going on momentum wise in the market. And he's been doing this for like 40 years. So he's got his own programs, his own algorithms and things that they use to figure out what's happening in the market in a broader way. And so Michael Oliver, so he's talking about trends in the market, not what's happening today or yesterday, but what are the trends. And what he's saying on this video, down below in the description. Go ahead. You should go and listen to the whole thing. I'm not going to get into and don't know as much as he does. He may say something meaningful to you that went over my head. But he said, a bear market has started. As far as the stock market goes, a bear market has started. Okay. It may look like things are going up. It doesn't matter what it's looking like right now. He said a bear market has started according to his computer programs. And he says, this is a bear market. Things are going down around the world. India, Japan, Europe, etc. Things are going to drop. Now, he doesn't expect there to be a crash. We don't tend to have crashes so much, right? 1929 was a crash, a one-day crash. And of course, they've done a lot of things, you see, to keep us from having crashes. This is what the Fed has got its fingers in everything, and they're going to make sure there's not a crash. And of course, now with the algorithms, it's hard to have a crash because the stock market will just shut down, and you won't be able to have a crash, a major crash. And that gives people a moment to cool down, not be concerned. Of course, also the stock market now is so much just buying and trading is done by algorithms, so they have to stop it because it'll just take off and go and go and go. So they've stopped. They sort of have buffers for that. But he says we're in a bear market. And he says bear markets last 2 to 3 years. So, for me, I'm going to stay away from the market for 2 to 3 years. Now, that doesn't mean you can't make money in it. You can watch somebody like Greg Manarino or somebody like that who's, they're in the market all the time. Now, he is not a day trader either, but but he's more into the market than this, well, he's not looking at the bear market. He's just looking at where he can have money in the market and make some money. He does puts and calls and all those other kind of stuff that I have no expertise in. But Oliver is saying, hey, we're in a bear market. So you probably want to get out of the way for a while. I mean, that's the notion I get out of what he's saying. And he says that, of course, all of this that's going on in the economy right now, we've seen gold going up, silver going up. Gold just hit a high the other day. And he expects that to continue to happen, and probably in an accelerated way that we haven't seen in a good while. Although gold's been going up pretty good in the last, if you look at it over, what was it, $1,200 back in the early teens or whatnot, and now it's 3,000. That's a pretty good return on your money. But that's not why most people who are talking about gold invest in gold. They see gold as a insurance. So usually you hear financial advisors talking about having 5% of your money or something like that in gold. Now there's some who think, hey, you really should need to have 20% of your investment in gold to make sure. But anyway, obviously there's some people out there that are 100% in gold and or silver. Some in silver, some in gold. So it depends on what their faith is. But for most people who are talking about, hey, insurance, they're talking about anywhere from 5 to 20% being in gold. But so if you don't have yours in gold yet, you better get on the ball because as Michael Oliver says, it's not a great time as far as it would have been better to have bought your gold and silver, etc. 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But we're not there anymore. But with the way the markets are going, etc., now is the time to go ahead and get some if you don't have some as that insurance policy. Anyway, that's the overall message I get out of that, of what he's saying. Gold and silver he expects to be going up, and he says, it'll go in sort of a staircase way, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, majorly up, sometimes down. And but from what he's saying, he expects what's coming up here relatively soon is it's going to shoot up. So I think this is a really good video, good conversation, and worth people taking a peek at and thinking about their own finances. So I'm sharing it with you because I thought it was a pretty good one. Whatever you do, make sure you're just trying to be level-headed and that you're dealing in the truth. If people can fill you with all kind of lies. So as I always tell you, if you pray to the Creator for truth, if you seek truth, you're going to find it, and that should help us in all areas of our lives. Have a good day.